the final leg of a very long journey, from Kimba across South Australia, through Adelaide, with a quick detour to pick up a new printer for the van, and on into Victoria, with overnight stays in Tailem Bend and Horsham, and one last pub meal before the adventure comes to an end, because after all of the places visited, there's only one place left to go. Home.
Where we're going?
We're going to Tailem Bend tonight.
Oh, very posh.
It is. We're not in a very posh spot right now because we just went to the dump point. But
I wasn't going to mention it.
stayed at the Kimba Recreation Reserve last night, which you'll start to see as we come out of this area. It is a beautiful place to stay.
It is.
Really, really nice. And it is theoretically a donation, a gold coin donation, but it is classed as a free campsite. And it is a cracking campsite.
Not only is it a cracking campsite, but it has a cracking dump point where you can literally drive up to it, dump your loo, and drive around the circle and drive out.
That's right, which is what we've just done. So
none of this carrying loo cassettes, which is hard work. It's heavy.
Yes. So yes, very, very nice. As you can see, it's definitely not. It's definitely a known place. Mm-hmm. We're going to actually go on Wikicamps and rate it because we'd recommend it to other travelers.
So on the rating, what are we going to rate it as?
Okay,
ready?
1, 2, 3. 5 stars. Oh my gosh, 5 stars. You and I agree again.
Yes, it hasn't got a swimming pool, but it has a camp kitchen.
Yes, a massive camp kitchen.
It has a fabulous dump point. It is quiet. It is a coin donation.
Yeah,
$2, $3, $5, $10, whatever you fancy.
Very clean loos, public toilets. It has a shower.
We have spent $65 on something that was worse than that.
Absolutely. And it is about a 12-minute walk to a really nice pub, the Kimba pub.
That sells something called Carlton Black for everybody out there, which tastes just like Newcastle Brown Ale. Apart from I can't find it anywhere else than that pub. worry about that later. And
they serve food there. And the service station, as we were driving in, sold a huge range of curries and rice, which we bought for our dinner.
We did.
So we've had, like I said, we've had a cracking night here.
It's not just about the big flaming galah in Kimba.
No. The nature reserve is absolutely worth a stop if you're going across the Nullarbor. I'd stay there again and again and again and again if I was going across the Nullarbor.
In fact, it's a shame that this is really, you'd only stop it if you were doing the Nullarbor.
Yeah.
Because if this was the other side of Port Augusta caravan site wouldn't get a look in.
This is how it should be done when the council runs and they say they're RV friendly or caravan friendly. This is how it should be done. What a campsite. And on Wikicamps is rated as 4.9. We were like, oh, really? Yes, really.
Definitely. Yes. On the right-hand side, you'll see they also have silo art that we took a picture of in previous episodes.
Yeah, it's a really pretty little town. And you passed some teenagers last night who said hello and good evening to us. What? Stuart was almost shocked into speechlessness.
Yeah, who are these teenagers?
So, yes.
Very surprised.
Awesome little town, awesome little reserve. What a great place to park.
So if the teenagers ever watch this video, thank you so much for saying hello. You really increased my
Faith in humanity.
Faith in humanity, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for.
All right, there we go. Off now for a longish sort of 6.5 hour drive at Tailem Bend.
With a little side swipe halfway through, Janice will do a video on the problems of printing paper when you're on the road.
Yes, little problems you find on the road. All right, see you there.
Bye. Here we are in Adelaide, once again, my nemesis of any drive over this way. But my fabulous navigator, my fabulous wife, has found a new route.
Yes, I went around the side of it, which worked a lot better. The roads are a lot better.
Yeah, it is.
Not having to go through. The car just would not listen to you, would it? It just wanted you to change. But as busy as the roads are wider.
Each lane is wider, and there are some traffic lights, but not as many as just sitting through that
Middle of Adelaide, yeah.
The last time when we came through it. Thank you, Ford Maps, but that was horrendous. This was a lot better. Other than that, where are we today, my love? We've done 5 hours in the car.
Yes.
Num-bum.
Yes, we're quite num-bum.
443 kilometres, so that's
far.
not bad, at average speed of 88.
But we've got a surprise stop, not very long from now. We've got a surprise stop in Mountbarker, and you'll see why when we get there.
See when you get there. The only scary news from today's stats are 27.3 miles litres per kilometre.
Yes.
100 kilometres.
That was
actually.
And I think it's going to go up because we've got some hills to climb coming out of Adelaide.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching my oil and temperature on the Ranger go up as I climb the hill. If anyone's ever driven out of Adelaide, there is a very steep hill out and a very steep hill in.
Yes.
Coming in was a little bit scary for me because you really have to keep your speed down and use your gears because it's I don't know, it must be about 4 kilometres long, that steep hill.
Yes.
So yes, anyway, wait to see the surprise in a minute.
As you leave Adelaide, the road does something rather unexpected. It heads up and up some more. This is the Southeastern Freeway, carving its way up and over the Adelaide Hills on one of the main routes between Adelaide and Melbourne. And it's not just a little hill. This climb takes you right up into the hills, before dropping more than 400 metres on the other side, over a stretch of nearly 8 kilometres, which explains why it feels like it goes on, and on, and on. It's a road built for moving people and freight across the country, cutting straight through terrain that definitely didn't make it easy. And as climbs go, this one makes you work for it. And here is Mountbarker, with its lovely autumn-coloured trees and history going right back to the early days of settlement in the Adelaide Hills, a town that now sits right in the middle of one of South Australia's fastest growing regions. Also, the Gragok can pick up her surprise.
Time for Janice to do the big reveal.
So not exciting. We bought a printer. So we went down to Harvey Norman Mountbarker and we bought a HP Hewlett-Packard OfficeJet 250 mobile printer.
And importantly, how much does it weigh, Janice?
It weighs 2.92 kilos, so very light.
Nothing in the scheme of things.
And it runs on battery as well as AC.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we've had it a couple of times this holiday where because we're in the middle of selling a property, we kept getting asked to print and sign documents. Who does that? Everything uses digital signatures these days.
And you can go to the libraries and do them, but obviously some libraries are a bit difficult to park.
Yes.
Car and caravan next to. We were very lucky at Mountbarker, whatever it's called.
Yeah, we managed to Mountbarker Harvey Norman.
But there's a long trailer bay there, so we managed to park in that.
Took a bit of getting into to going around in circles a bit to get into it. But one of the things we found crossing Nullarbor is if you want to get something printed, a lot of the roadhouses, we checked to where the roadhouses, their printer wasn't working. Water Village, they get loads of people printing there. But generally speaking, it causes a bit of stress. Every time we get an email saying, can you print and sign this? We're like, oh, are you kidding me? So we said to ourselves, if it happened more than twice, and it's happened twice already, we would consider that a sign. So
I don't think we're just making this up. We do actually have 2 broken printers at home, so we now have a new printer. So it all works well.
Yeah, the 2 printers at home haven't been working well for a long time. One's nearly 9 years old. There you go. So we've now got a new printer. Still, we'll drop a picture of it here. We bought it at Harvey Norman. Very happy.
And this is us just coming over the hills from Adelaide. Adelaide Hills, they're called. Left Mountbarker where we picked up the printer, so we should be in Tailem Bend in half an hour.
Yes.
And we'll tape going into the caravan site like we normally do, because it's worth it just for the fun of seeing us get lost.
Yeah.
We're nearly here at Tailem Bend.
Yep.
Or Tailem Bend. Or Tailem Bend. It's on the sign. Just flick the camera and Stuart. They can make their own pronunciation. I think it's Tailem Bend.
It's Tailem Bend, I think. Importantly, the next 2 days, we don't have that far to drive. I think between Tailem Bend and Horsham, it's about 330 or so kilometres. Between Horsham and Warragul is about 440. So we're under 800 according to Google Maps from home. It's just 800 kilometres is not what we can do in a day. So we've broken it up.
Not safe to do.
Yes. And the road from Tailem Bend to Horsham isn't great. So
It's horrendous. I'd be better off doing it on a track.
So probably not a bad thing that we're having a bit of an easy day tomorrow.
We might get some sightseeing in tomorrow.
Yeah, we might do. And then
Be the right way.
we're almost there. Look, we're coming into Waterfront.
Very handy car park, this one, because it has a petrol station right next to it. Although the last time we used that one, they had a power cut, so hopefully it won't be that bad tomorrow.
Day 5 of the journey home, leaving Kimba behind and covering more than 500 kilometres across South Australia through Port Augusta and into the busy streets of Adelaide, and then up and over the Adelaide Hills, with a small but important detour into Mountbarker before continuing on toward the Murray. A long day, a lot of kilometres, and a very different landscape to where the day started. And finally, the Geordie and the Gragok arrive at the Waterfront Holiday Park at Tailem Bend for the night, and some well-earned rest. Day 6 of the journey home. A cool, quiet morning in Tailem Bend, with the mist slowly rolling in, hiding the Murray River from view. A peaceful start before another day on the road begins.
Where are we going, Janice?
We're going to Horsham. We're leaving Tailem Bend, Waterfront Holiday Park right now. Can I just say, and Stuart will be able to show you, we were parked near the road this time. On the way here, we were actually parked in one of those cliffside spots. And when we came through and parked the cliffside spots, we didn't rate it.
No, we didn't.
So do you want to rate the cliffside spots first, baby? Out of 5 stars.
Combination of stars.
All right, combination of stars.
Combination rating, we can do that. It's our rules.
It's true. So you can you have some really premium sites up here, which is the cliffside parks, cliffside sites. You can see there's little platforms and everything, or you can park closer to the road on that side. So what's your combination score then? Out of 5. 1, 2, 3.
5 stars.
Still 5 stars.
Yeah, it can't get any better.
Yeah.
You can't get any better than this site.
That site is lovely. That side is lovely. But it was a bit noisy on that side, which is why I marked it down just a little bit.
But overall, I'd still give it 5.
I'd still give it 5 if we booked those sites. If we got the option to do those sites. Yeah.
I didn't book that one because I want drive-through.
Well, also, yeah, it wasn't drive-through. Also, we were only staying for one night. It made sense for us to be on that side, but it is definitely noisier close to the road. So just a little tip, if you're staying at the Waterfront Holiday Park, adults only holiday park, get a cliffside site. Pay the extra money. It's worth it.
Right, now I've got the code in to get out. I also want to say the reason I gave it 5 stars is because it's very quiet, apart from the road noise last night, but otherwise we're fine. But the fact that we pull out this morning, and I turn left, straight into a petrol station that does bacon and egg toasted sandwiches,
It does.
and allows me to fill it with fuel.
Yeah, I
And you
have
can charge
to
your
agree.
car.
Yeah, you can charge. It's got EV chargers. I have to agree. It's incredibly convenient, isn't
It
it?
is. Far too convenient in many respects.
Yes, it's really, really convenient. It's the road noise. I did mark it down. Probably I should have only marked it down by half a star. If I was absolutely
You don't get a
fair.
second go.
You don't get a second go. 4.5 stars. Anyway, we've already said we're coming back to stay for a week. Absolutely.
When we go to the Barossa, that will be the place we stay.
Absolutely. All right, time to fill up.
Yeah, time to fill up with cheaper fuel than last time. Let's see if they have a power cut. Where are we, Janice?
We are just about to cross the border into Victoria.
No, nearly home.
Nearly home. It's been an epic trip.
Not so nearly home, really. Got another day of travel, but we're nearly. At least we're in the right state.
We're going to be in the right state, yes. You need to have a look and see if you can find it for me.
Where is the sign? It's got to be. Oh, I can see it. Behind the tree on the left.
Yes.
Behind the tree.
Okay.
There we go. Then we have another little one that tells us that we're in West Wimmera.
That's it. We're in Victoria.
In Victoria, clocks have changed.
Have they?
Back to normal time.
Okay.
No, that's our last time zone that we've driven over.
Yes.
We've done 6, is that right? 3 each way.
A few now. All right. Going to post this photo. All right. We were just talking about how the roads were bad for this leg. And when we were driving in the South Australian side, we were like, no, the roads are pretty good. And then I said to Stuart, I think we mentioned that was actually on the Victorian side that the roads are bad. And we were right. The Victorian side, the roads are super, super bouncy and corrugated. Now we're going through a nice little spot.
Lovely view of the fields, though.
Yes. But lots of bumps and lumps on the road.
I don't think it's worse coming this way, though. I look at the vehicles coming towards
this
us.
way.
They're doing a lot more lurching than this side.
It's one of the reasons why we decided to do the short leg today, because we knew the roads were bad on the Victorian side.
It's very poor. This bit.
So you can't see. We went through a really rough patch just before we start filming, but yeah, it's dippy.
There we go. I'm glad we got the porpoising of the vehicle sorted, otherwise you'd just be porpoising from one bit to the next. You can see the little light rigid in front of us. It's having the same opportunities.
We talked about how tiring it was for you coming up this way doing this. I'm glad we're doing a shorter leg today.
It was my second day out. It was absolutely devastating to think it might be like this all the way to Perth. But it wasn't.
No. This is a uniquely Victorian thing, isn't it? Shame.
Look at that lorry coming towards us, bouncing.
Yeah, look at it.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're in Horsham.
Horsham.
I have to say, that felt like a short trip to Stuart after all these days of driving.
Yeah, well, we were working most of it. Does everyone like my new t-shirt?
I think it's hard to see. I'm going to take a picture of you later. But it was a short trip today. 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 40 minutes.
Didn't even bother stopping.
Yeah, roads were a bit horrendous though.
Very bouncy roads.
Yes. And Stuart and I had a brief conversation about whether he pushes on to Warragul. But it's another 5.5 hours to Warragul.
Too far, and it's 2L41, so we're going to see if they can fit us in.
Yes. And if they can, then hopefully we might even, if we can get a drive-through pitch, we don't really even need to unhitch because we can walk to town. We did love it.
We go into our final caravan park for this trip.
Caravan park. I told her we hadn't unhitched in any of the parks we've been in so far. She goes, and you won't need to tonight.
Son, speaking my language. I don't know what it is. I think it's more in your head than it actually is work.
And as the Geordie and the Gragok navigate their way to their campsite for the night, the day's travelling comes to an end. And while there's still plenty to explore in Horsham, tonight marks their final night on the road, after 7.5 weeks of laughter, adventure, and family.
Where are we going, Stuart?
Home, James. Home to Warragul.
How can you be so excited about getting home and also so sad about leaving the van?
Yeah, that is a bit of a dichotomy.
It is, isn't
I
it?
feel exactly the same this morning.
Yeah.
However, I'm channeling positive energy because the next few days are so busy.
Yes.
Anyway, we're on our way home. We're just leaving Horsham. Another good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Good night, good meal.
Yes, it was a good meal at the Bull and Mouth. If you're in Horsham, go to the Bull and Mouth. Honestly, beef cheeks, chef's kiss. Absolutely gorgeous.
Book.
You have to book, yes. It's going to take us it says it's going to take us until 12:45 to get home. It's 8:15 at the moment, so that's a fair drive, even though it's not a long drive. It's only about just over 400.
All right, through another busy city, which will entail traffic jams.
Oh, I'm sure. We've had a wonderful trip. I'd say we had a lovely trip. But we do have to rate the Horsham Riverside Caravan Park, Stuart.
We do.
All right.
That's a bit of a conundrum for me.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 stars.
5 stars.
Oh, wow. Why do you think it was 5 stars?
Drive through, walk to the pub,
Yes.
walk back from the pub,
Yes.
walk to another pub, walk back from the pub, walk to another pub, plenty of pubs. Lovely toilets.
Yes. Toilets are clean.
Customer service was good.
Yes.
Very little noise. Not until I turned on the compressor for the airbags.
Actually, no, the Corellas. Huge amount of Corellas.
Oh, they actually covered up the noise from the compressor for the airbags.
Yeah, because I've never heard a cacophony like that in the Corellas, so there's a lot of them. But they're birds. What can you do? Anything else?
No, that was it for me.
Yeah.
Why did you only give them 4? Why was last night worse than the night before? And the night before?
Well, so I rated last night a 4 as well at Waterfront because of the noise. This, I don't know, it's just not as pretty a park. There are parts of it that were pretty, but I'm starting to get a little stricter now.
Okay.
Right, it's got to be a pretty park. It's got to have all the amenities you need and be pretty as well. Now, I think I will say there are Riverside pitches, and perhaps next time we might have done that, but if they're not drive-through, so you can't. For a long stay, you'd probably want to get a Riverside pitch. Would you stay there again? Obviously, with 5, you would.
Yes.
I absolutely would as well. Like I said, I marked them slightly down, probably a 4.5. I'm being too strict because it was not as pretty as, say, Tailem Bend that had the amazing views. Perhaps had we overlooked the river, I might have felt differently.
Right next to a lovely river, though.
It is. It's right in walking distance. Locals are very friendly. Really friendly town, Horsham. Everybody we spoke to have been really helpful. And we were pointed to the bull and mouth by two of them, so that's how we ended up there. Anyway, on our way home now, and really the end of our 7.5 week crazy trip across the Nullarbor.
And as the journey continues, there's one final reminder that we're getting close. The giant koala. Because in Australia, even the wildlife gets a little bit oversized. From there, the road begins to feel different, busier, faster, and suddenly much more familiar. The wide open spaces give way to traffic as Melbourne appears on the horizon, crossing the Westgatebridge, with the city stretching out in every direction, a far cry from the silence of the Nullarbor. And then, just as quickly as it arrived, it's gone again. The traffic fades, the pace slows, and the trees return. Long winding roads, lined with green, leading us back into Gippsland, back toward Warragul, back toward home. And after thousands of kilometres, countless memories, and more time on the road than either of them probably expected, it all comes down to this final stretch, a road that feels familiar, but somehow different after everything they've seen. The road they know better than any other.
Here we are, Janice.
We are home!
We are home.
Home!
10,696 kilometres
Wow!
since we left,
Yes.
of which the van's done some of that.
Yeah, the van, my calculations, the van's done about 7,500 of that. So a significant amount of that. And we're just pulling up home.
There's our next door neighbour weeding.
Yes.
Never
Getting
stops.
home now. No, poor Willie.
169 hours of driving.
Wow. You're tired. You must be tired, baby.
Well, there was the odd break.
Look at us.
Oh, there we go, everybody.
Woohoo!
Time to go and light that fire. Bye, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.
And just like that, the adventure comes to an end, back home, after 7.5 weeks on the road and more than 10,000 kilometres behind them. The caravan wheels finally at rest, but the memories, they will last a lifetime. Thanks for all your comments and for watching. See you all on our next adventure to Queensland later this year.